Welcome to the Little Chat with Katie and Little. Yeah.
Gosh, 2020 is going to be a year we all remember, isn't it? Not because of COVID, just that if you're a parent, it's the year we lost the battle against screen
8:15
time.
RPPFM. We're just going to get in a little bit earlier for Katie because we're running a little bit late, and I'm playing. This is like trapeze without a net. Not having Amy here in our Bendigo Bank studios. Katie Little, good morning. I'm scared to death.
Good morning, John.
Uh-oh.
I know, what are you going to do without Amy to put her hand up, and say, quick.
Yeah,
John needs to speak.
It's already happening.
Jeez. Lost for words already. That's a bad sign.
I know.
I love that last song. I love Love Isn't Always on Time. I mean, I had to wait for my husband for like 10 years, really,
Really?
to pop the question. Getting a bit dull, wasn't it, by the end? It was like, come on, let's
then-
get on with it.
Then you popped him in his separate bed.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Oh, I
Got
know.
to keep the mystery.
That's it, and all those. I had more crystals to give out today, but seeing as Amy's little one's a bit crook, I've kept them in the car.
Oh, and I was going to say too, I hope Amy's little one hasn't got the gastro bug. I was very relieved actually that I did have separate beds and separate bedrooms this week with my husband because it's gone through our house. So if there's anyone in Sydney who wants to lose about 5 kilos, tell them to come around and see me.
Katie, it's breakfast radio. Stop it.
But I tell you, you wouldn't think anything positive could come out of it.
No.
I can now fit into my daughter's clothes, which is, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
That's fantastic.
She's
Absolutely
13,
brilliant.
and I went shopping on the weekend and I found this fabulous pair of gold pants, and I thought there's no way I'll fit into them, and I do. So I'm thrilled.
Oh, I bet you what. So, is it a 24-hour one or is it hanging around?
Oh, no, it was a few days. It was a few days of hell. Anyway, I don't have to pay to get a colonic irrigation or anything anytime soon. So, freebies and all that.
Yes. So a lot of fluids and not much fish and chips.
Oh, isn't it awful? This time of year, I think it's the season change. Kids go back to school. The weather, all the air gets dry. I don't know about you, but I'm lathering on so much moisturiser. I don't know if it's because I've lost 5 kilos or if the weather's so dry, my skin's like I look like I'm turning into a skeleton. Everything's cracking. Autumn is such an unflattering time of year. It's awful.
And we layer the clothes on as well because it's we're wearing jackets down here as well now because it's got fairly chilly.
I've even got a scarf on too, and also too because there's a movie I want to see on this weekend too. On Sunday, it's a Belgian movie called Patrick that's about that's set in a nudist colony. So they're screening it as part of this crazy film festival in Melbourne and Sydney, and you can go in the raw.
What?
So no, you can go. You just have to take a towel to sit on. But I thought, what if it's a dreadful movie? What if it's a flop?
Yep. Lots of lines there. I'll leave alone. so
It'd be awful.
So hold on.
Yeah.
I've got my hand up. Yep. I'm looking at you and I've got my hand up because Steve will do this. Now, so the movie's about Patrick. It's a nudist colony, and you're going to go there with a towel on.
Yeah, apparently you turn up to the movie, and when you get into the cinema, you can take all your clothes off.
Oh, right, okay,
if you
that's
want to,
good.
or you can stay in your underwear, apparently, and you've got to sit on a towel. But I just thought it would be a kooky laugh, and so I messaged all my friends and said, hey, this sounds like a crazy thing to do. Let's go and do it. I think, you know what, and they all came back sort of saying, ooh, that sounds revolting.
Yes.
Ooh, what do you want to do that for? And honestly, I've been thinking about it. I think it's just because I don't know anything about sport, so I always feel like I've kind of missed out. You know how there's an occasional streaker at the sport?
Yes.
I don't follow sport at all, so I think, I saw this and went, well, this is my chance, in an arty kind of way, to be like a streaker at the cricket.
Excellent. No.
Would you do it?
What?
Go to the movie in the raw?
No. Don't be silly. Of course not. Well, no, well, it would be.
sounds
Yeah, it would
crazy.
be. No, see, I'm just trying to think what Amy would be saying right now.
I think it sounds crazy. And they said there's more bookings for the Sydney show than Melbourne. There's not that many people. So, and they said they think it's because Sydney people, work on their body and like to go and show off their bodies and stuff. But I don't think so. I think it's just because it's a bit warmer up here. That's all.
That's exactly the reason. It is freezing down here at the moment, and there is no way known that you'd get people to. Well, maybe you could get me if it was gold class, because those seats are very nice.
Yeah, and speaking of gold class too, I was thinking I can't wait to wear my gold pants out somewhere that I finally, managed to get into, but I won't be able to wear them to this movie, so I don't know what to do. I'm conflicted.
But can't you wear them there and take them off when you get there?
I suppose so.
Yes, you could. Are they flary and or are they sort of baggy?
No, they're quite fabulous. They're high-waisted, and they kind of almost look like this sort of holographic kind of material. They're fantastic. I love them. I can't wait to wear them somewhere special.
Can you wear them in the car next week and we will have a look at them?
That's a good idea. Actually, today I'm wearing a T-shirt that says Hell on it, like it's got the logo of the Shell petrol sort of company, because today is Earth Day. So I thought I should wear something that sort of ties in with that theme.
And it is Earth Day too, 22nd. But Earth Day goes for a few days. It's like Earth Days, isn't it?
Oh, I didn't know. I just thought it was today. I've watched Seaspiracy, and it's so terrific. So I'm going to sit my kids down and watch that with them again, actually, too, because it was fantastic.
So, okay. Now, I've got a semi-serious question to ask you, but for your demographic. We were chatting with Roy Sanderson this morning, our accountant, and he was talking about COVID vaccine in the workplace. And,
right.
And in aged care, evidently, it is mandatory now that you must have a COVID vac to work in aged care. But in an office situation, we're not sure whether providing a safe workplace, you have to have a vaccine, or can a boss force people to have a vaccine or make them work from home? What's your opinion on that?
I think this is a really tricky question. And I remember actually during lockdown being interviewed it was like a live TV interview, and just saying, look, there's all these big things that are happening now that are new things. And I said, I just don't want to be felt like I'm being pushed or guilted or bullied into making a decision before I've thought it through carefully. Yep. And of course, they were trying to pin me. I think it was Carrie Ann Kenley actually was coming after me, trying to pin me as an anti-vaxxer. And I said, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. My kids are all vaccinated. And, I think that's fantastic. And I am a science geek as well. But I said, really, this the vaccine that that the world is making is new technology. It's brand new technology. And there's lots of times in history when science has got it very wrong. Yeah. I mean, look at, X-rays. They thought, oh, this is fun. Let's all put our hand on it. Oh, wow, look, it takes photos of bones. Terrific. Then suddenly they were all dying of radiation poisoning. There's been so many instances of asbestos, DDT and all sorts of really full-on things where science has come to the rescue. Cane toad's introduction even, to go, this is the answer, this is terrific, everyone trust in the science. And I love science. I love reading about it. I absolutely want to trust in the science. But for that reason, I think I just want to be given the space and the time to go, yes, I'm prepared to do this. And there's lots of people I've seen sort of posting saying, I've just got the shot, and I'm doing it for the good of the whole community, which is fabulous. I mean, that's really terrific. And when and if I do decide to get it, that's the reason I'll do it as well.
Yes,
I think. But
exactly.
A friend of mine who does work in the medical industry too, she said, I've just had, both my shots and everything, and now you can sort of, come around and recharge your phone next to me if you like, sort of, taking the mickey out of all the crazy 5G conspiracy theory things too. But, it's big decisions we're all being asked to think about.
And I think there was a warning sign with the X-rays when they said, you stand here, we're going to X-ray you, but we're going to go and hide behind this wall, but it's all safe. Off you go.
Yeah, I mean, and even before that, when they were I think it was Marie Curie, who discovered radium, I think, and like the element radium, and went, oh, this is incredible, it glows in the dark, and blah, 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 blah. And, meanwhile, a few years later, they're all going, oh, I'm terribly sick.
Yes.
So, yeah, it is a big experiment. I mean, that's the thing. I'd rather just, instead of being told, yes, it's all safe, fantastic lineup, get it done. I just rather than say, yeah, this is a big experiment. We think it's going to work. There's no other choice. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm crazy. I'm considering going to the movies in the nude, so I'd probably line up and go, great, stick it in my arm.
Hey, can you give us a movie review of Patrick and the associates that were there?
Oh, okay, I will. Well, I'm going to have to go now, aren't I? I mean, the last thing I did a bit like this was doing the nude solstice swim down at, well, it's the only thing I've ever done before that's sort of similar to that down at Hobart, which I was a reviewer for a magazine, and they said, I would like you to review this from the perspective of a swimmer, and I nearly died. I went, I don't know if I can do this, and then it ended up being the most crazy fun that I still talk about to this day. So I might just have to go and do it, but find myself because everyone's too chicken.
Katie, you've been awesome, and I was scared to death. But let's hope that Patrick's not a flop. And
I hope that Patrick's not a flop. Because that would be awful.
We'll chat next week.
Okay, love
Thanks,
you.
Katie. Love you too.
Have
Thank
a
you.
super day.
You're awesome.
Bye.
Exactly. April Sun in Cuba, coming your way, bit of dragon.